names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. Number 3, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Number 4, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. Number 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Number 6, to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. Number 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Number 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Number 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Once again, thank you very much for joining the call today. I welcome all of you to the Bhakti Sangha conference call. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined the call this morning?
हरे कृष्ण नंद प्रिय नर्मदा माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी फ्रॉम शार्लोट हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kamadiki Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा नंद प्रिय नर्मदा माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Shyama Gauri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Look,
and happy Pani Festival Mata ji.
Yeah, happy Panihati Dahi Chida festival.
We are gonna miss you.
I'm missing you, Mataji. Looking very pretty, Mataji.
Thank you Mata ji.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas. Looking Shama Gauri Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you Mata ji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Mataji.
Go ahead.
Hare Krishna,
Go ahead,
Nanda Priya Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. This is Sukhakar Krishnadas calling from Chennai. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to all the devotees assembled here. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sukhakar Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Ravindax Das from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vindaksh Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to assembled devotees. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. Thank you so much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all the assembled devotees. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody else?
This meeting is being recorded.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Nityananda Prabhuji on the call to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 26th chapter, 25th sloka. Before handing over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to ask Rameshwaram Prabhuji to give brief introduction about Prabhuji. Prabhuji, please take over the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam. So, brief introduction about Prabhuji today. Today we have His Grace Nityananda Prabhuji with us, who is a senior brahmachari from Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Temple. His Grace Nityananda Prabhuji, originally hailing from Ramnathpuram, Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. He joined the ashram at the young age of 19. He served for a decade in Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Temple and then studied under the auspiciousness of Srila Prabhupada's disciple, His Grace Gopi Parandhana Prabhuji, for 3 years. He preaches in English and Tamil languages. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji is a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Back to you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Are you?
Second, I'm just setting.
Prabhuji, can you please switch on your video?
Prabhuji said just a second, I think, Mataji.
Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji, you're audible. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving your very valuable association, and thank you. You're going, and your topic is 5th canto, 26th chapter, 25th sloka. Prabhuji, please take over the call, Prabhuji, whenever you're ready.
Hare Krishna. Is my voice audible?
Yes, Prabhuji, voice is audible, Prabhuji.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Can anybody tell me my voice is audible?
Yes, Prabhuji, voice is audible.
Prabhuji, your voice is audible.
Thank you. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapatantikam Andeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagat Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavati sevaya bhagavatyuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto, 26th chapter, 25th verse. This is a prose one, not a shloka. Yetu ihavai dhambika dambo yajneshu pashun vishvasanti tan amusmin loke vaishase narake patitan niraya patayo yatayitva vishasanti. Synonym: a persons who to but iha in this life, why indeed dambikaha very proud of wealth and a prestigious position, damba yajneshu in the sacrifice performed in increased prestige, pashun animals, vishashanti kill, tan them, amusmin loke in the next world, vaishase Vaikshasa or Vishashana, Narake into the hell, Patitan fallen, Niraya Patayaha, assistants of Yamaraj, Yatayitva causing sufficient pain, Vishashanti kill. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. A person who in this life is proud of his eminent position and who needlessly sacrifices animals simply for material prestige is put into the hell called Vrishasana after death. There are assistants of Yamaraj kill him after giving him unlimited pain. Purport: in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Uchinam Shimatam Gehe Yoga Prashtobhijayate. Because of his previous connection with the Bhakti Yoga, a man is born into a prestigious family of Brahmanas or aristocrats. Having taken such a birth, one should utilize it to perfect Bhakti Yoga. However, due to bad association, one often forgets that his prestigious position has been given to him by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he misuses it by performing various kinds of so-called yajnas like Kali Puja or Durga Puja, in which poor animals are sacrificed. How such a person is punished is described herein. The word Damba Yajneshu in this verse is significant. If one violates Vedic instruction while performing yajna and simply makes a show of sacrifice for the purpose of killing animals, he is punishable after death. In Calcutta, there are many slaughterhouses where animal flesh is sold that has supposedly been offered in sacrifice before the goddess Kali. The Shastras enjoins that one can sacrifice a small goat before the goddess Kali once a month. Nowhere it is said that one can maintain a slaughterhouse in the name of temple worship and daily kill animals unnecessarily. Those who do so receive the punishment described here. Hare Krishna. So it is a great privilege and great fortune to be with great associates of Bhakti Sangha. It's humbling also that I give an opportunity to address sincere devotees. So with your blessings, I'll try to say something for my own inspiration, hopefully which this will inspire all of you also. So this particular chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, fifth canto in the Srimad Bhagavatam describes about the planetary system. As Srimad Bhagavatam being a Mahapurana have 10 subject matter. Atra Sarga Visargasya Sthanam Poshanam Utayaha Manvantara Ishanukata Mukti Nirodha Ashrayaha. These are the 10 subject matter. Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam, Utayaha. Like that. So as a 10 subject matter, one of the subject matter is that it has to describe the geographical description of the planetary system. So in that sense, in the fifth canto, Sridhar Goswami is describing different planetary systems to Parikshit Maharaj. And part of the planetary system is also hellish planet. So this description of hellish planets last time we described what is the purpose behind it, why it is being described. Sometimes devotees may wonder that Parikshit Maharaj is a pure devotee and he is definitely in few days going back to Godhead. Sridhar Goswami also knows. So why he described about the hellish planets? We discussed last time some part. Definitely for the devotees, even though Shastra says that anybody who is even chanted Krishna's name once, they don't have to fear about Yamaraj. They will never even see the hellish planet. But why the description is there and why we have to discuss about it? So the mercy is that Krishna, being the devotee of him, being favored by Krishna's devotees, Krishna favors us by forgiving all our mistakes and sinful activities and tendencies. And he takes us towards him. As Srila Prabhupada in the Nectar of Instruction explains that the Bhakti Yoga is such that as soon as a person enters into it, performs it, it drags that person voluntarily towards the goal of life. So the mercy from the Krishna's point of view, from his mercy point of view, it is very easy that we can achieve our desired result of achieving Krishna prema. But devotees, from devotees' point of view, their mood is that this is a costless mercy. Now you can't purchase mercy with any cost. So they always feel humble and they always feel that I am worthless, I deserve to go to hell. So the devotees' feelings are like that. That I supposed to be suffering in hell for all my activities, I will be going to hell. So many times devotees feel like that. And for those who don't know the Shastric injection, unfortunate people who commit sinful activities, they are destined to go to hell also. In this way, such description of hellish planets, for the sadhaka devotee, it instills a fear in the heart and they'll become serious in performing devotion service without transgressing the moral principle. And even for the pure devotee, when they having heard about this hellish planetary system, they humbly they think that they are deserved to go to hell, but Krishna's grace, they will be they are not, they are saved from such kind of position. So in this way, the karmis or the sinful people and the sadhakas and even a pure devotee, they have some kind of relations with this hellish planetary system. So the sinful people who are, whether they know about hellish planets or they don't know about hellish planets, they are bent upon performing sinful activities. So they are bound to go to the hellish planets and they are disturbed. Tanaham dushitak pururan samsareshu naradhama Shipami Ajasrama Shubhan Asura Seva Yonishu. So Bhagavan Krishna says in the Gita that I plunge them into the hellish planetary system again and again and again. So for them, the hellish planets are the destination, and for a sadhaka devotee, that is the hellish planetary description and knowledge about it is a warning bell, and for the pure devotee, the hellish planetary system is a exhibition of their humility and their gratitude towards Krishna and their feelings of helplessness and appreciation of Krishna's grace. So in this way, even in the Paramahamsa scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam, we hear about this description. So by hearing this description, we can have three kinds of mindset. One is that we can feel compassion towards the sinful people, that this is what their destination, and this is how much the suffering they are going to undergo. So somehow or other we should do something to protect them. So this is a feeling we can have when we are reading this description, and the descriptions can push us with compassion to preach the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As Srila Prabhupada mentioned in this purport today, that how in Calcutta people are maintaining slaughterhouses and performing all these sinful activities in the name of Durga Devi. So Srila Prabhupada saying, who is born in Calcutta, who grew up in Calcutta, these kinds of people suffering in one sense impelled him with out of his compassion. He set out to preach to the whole world. So such kind of activities, what we see in front of our eyes, and the effect of those activities, the suffering in the hellish planet, can also help us to become more compassionate towards the general mass of people and impel us to do the great service of preaching the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in that way, this chapter is very important, we can say. And for a sadhakas, we'll also understand that my destination could be this if I don't perform, don't follow the shastras and don't take the devotional service. In this way, it will also impulse us our own devotional service. And the great pure devotees, when they hear, when they understand these things, they humbly show their gratitude. In this way, the description is not something remote to the devotees. It also have, as the Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Tavara Jangamana Dekita Ramurti Ishta Deva Spurti. So the devotees of Krishna, they connect everything to Krishna, whether good or bad, they connect everything towards Krishna. In fact, many times even the great advanced devotee, they say that that if I don't have association of Krishna, even the place like Vaikuntha for me, I doesn't have any pleasure in being there. Rather, I go to hell if I can remember Krishna. Swarga apavarga narakeshu apitulyartha darshana. The devotees of Krishna doesn't discriminate whether it is liberation or apavarga, that is in the material world, or even hellish planetary system. What they want service of Krishna, remembrance of Krishna. Sarishti salokyam samipyam diyamanam apina grananti vina mat sevanam jana. The devotees of the Lord doesn't want even all these four kinds of liberation if there is no service to me. In this way, the devotees of Krishna, they appreciate Krishna's compassion in hearing all different creation of him. So generally speaking, such kind of description, hell, all these things are manifestation of punishment, cruelty. But actually speaking, this is also the mercy of Krishna. Krishna's mercy manifesting in the form of this creation, where different facilities are given for the conditioned souls to come to his lotus feet. So just like a donkey, if you want to move the donkey from one place to another place, two ways the donkey can be moved. The donkey is not moving. So one can show a dangling carrot. So the donkey will try to eat it and it will come forward. And keep the dangling carrot further away, it goes on moving. Still, if it doesn't move, then the washerman takes the stick and beats the donkey from behind. So then the donkey has to move. So either way, the donkey has to move. So Krishna, through the Shastra, two things are there, Shastra and Shastra. What is Shastra? Shastra means the rules and regulations of Krishna. Shruti, Smriti, Mamaiva Ajna. The Shastras are Krishna's injection. So Krishna gives the injection and he very lovingly tells us, act according to the Shastras which are given to you for your benefit. And a Brahmana or a civilized person of the four Varnas and Ashrama, he voluntarily puts himself in following these rules and regulation of freedom, as Prabhupada calls, following the Shastra. But when a person doesn't want to follow the Shastra, then what happens? Krishna also have another methodology called Shastra. Shastra means weapon or danda. So they are punished. So a Brahmana means one who voluntarily allows himself to be his life to be followed by directed by the Shastra. But when a person doesn't voluntarily accept, then he has to be the king punishes him with the Shastra. In that sense, Shastra for the civilized people, Shastra for the uncivilized people. So in this way, the Shastra also tells us that what are the various ways of punishing a person, what are the various ways of correcting the person. So both are mercy of the Lord. So apparently feeling that this kind of description is not Krishna doesn't have a heart. Why he is punishing the jivas like that? But these punishments are also the exhibition of Krishna's grace. So that is to be understood. So in this purport, Prabhupada is speaking certain things about how we are fortunate to receive the blessings of Bhakti Yoga. Prabhupada speaks about the purport in the beginning line. I'm just checking if any cameras are on. I don't know, I'm just talking to the air. I hope devotees are hearing. Okay. So I thought of discussing some topics. I don't know what devotees like to hear. You want to hear some philosophical thing or some story kind of thing? Will it be any kind of suggestions are there? I have few things in my mind. I thought I will ask devotees suggestion if somebody wants to give any.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
I am not at that level. I am a very neophyte. I would like to suggest that please tell us the story which will increase our emotion or purify our emotion towards Lord. Thank you.
Hare Thank you. Well tried. Any other devotees have suggestions? Yeah. Is it the Chidadagi festival for devotees in the US also? I think most of the devotees are from US in this group. Or it will follow next day.
We have Panyati festival today.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can tell the story, Prabhuji.
I'm not a good storyteller. I'll try something.
Okay.
Like, I'm not any good teller, not just story. You're all tolerating me for giving some
So
tips.
Prabhuji, you are a good speaker. Like,
Correct. So I'll come to the storyline soon. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada is speaking about Bhakti Yoga. Prabhupada says that because of the previous pious activities, Suchinam Shimatam Gehe, if you read the purport, we have got this opportunity to take birth in a good family. Good family in the sense, irrespective of our background, we have come in contact with the devotees and we are trying to follow devotion. So this opportunity is given to us. So Prabhupada is urging that we should utilize. So I will speak for a few minutes before coming to the story, that what is this urgency and what is this fortune. So what I'm going to speak for a few minutes is not something very technical, our day-to-day life experience. You can just think about what I'm saying, and if it makes sense, you can tell me later. What is this whole thing about bhakti or devotional service? I was speaking to some devotees here that at least in India, most of you are Indians, I feel, that everybody knows about Krishna and Ram from anybody who was born from or originated from this part of India, from Kanyakumari to the Himalayas. Everybody knows about Krishna and Ram. Not that we never heard about it. So in these words we have heard, this temple or some kind of spiritual faith is there. So what it is that we are trying to do now? What it is we are trying to do now? Chanting Hare Krishna. What is the difference? So I was telling the devotees that people in India, or in general people in the world, are somewhat attached to spirituality, somewhat having some faith in spirituality. For what? If you ask most of the people, mostly either out of fear or out of insecurity feeling or out of some desire for progress in their material life. So for this reason, they approach spirituality. So in a simple sentence, God for my life, God for my family, God for my progress. In this way, Krishna or God is for myself. So this is the equation. If you see people, you go to Tirupati, they stand in big line, and they're waiting, a huge list of uh, things to be prayed for from Balaji. It's like a business transaction. Big companies, first car, if the car company produces a model car, they put the first key in that hundi box of Balaji and pray that my car business should go. One car to Balaji and thousands of cars for me, and some deal it. So basically, people approach or out of fear, okay, I should not get disease, my children should be nicely educated, they should be settled, and they should get green card in US. So many prayers are there. So in this way, they approach God. So, okay, fine. Krishna is also happy with that. Artho jigyasu artharthi jnanitya bhardarshava. Artho artharthi. Dhruva Maharaj also came to Krishna for that. So this is one kind of approach towards Krishna. So they also know about Krishna, Ram, so many other gods and all the others. But what we are trying to do here is that we are trying to do the opposite equation. What is the equation? Krishna for my family, Krishna for myself, my body, my happiness. We make it reverse. We are trying to do the other way. My body, my life for Krishna, my body for Krishna, my mind for Krishna, my family for Krishna, my wealth for Krishna. So we are trying to reverse the equation. So that is what special thing Prabhupada has given. What is that? Krishna, not Krishna for me, but myself for Krishna. What is the difference? Krishna for me is like in going to hotel and the waiter is there. Okay, for me you bring this one, idli, dosa, pizzas, lasagna, or kachori, puri. So for me you bring this, bring this, bring this. The waiter is there. But the other way is that mother gives child, for my pleasure you take, my dear child, some more, isn't it? So that particular thing is what we are trying to do, that Krishna's pleasure, our life is for Krishna, my family is for Krishna, my job is for Krishna's satisfaction. If Krishna is not satisfied, what is the use of my studies, my job? So the equation is actually reversed. So what basis the equation is reversed? So that's what Srila Prabhupada's contribution. The reverse equation is not easy thing actually, because for time immemorial we have been leading a life of for me, for me, for me, for me. And this most of if we are not coming to directly Krishna consciousness from the childhood, whatever life have been, I have to study for myself. I have to study so that I will become uh, very stable in my life. I want to get a good job so that I can be very happy in my life. So everything for us. So it is like a sudden thing that we have to get everything for pleasure of Krishna. That becomes a little bit difficult. Pleasure of Krishna. In this world, after serving so many people, had faith in so many people, we got frustrated. We always want to change the relationship, change situation. The school, we got bored when next standard I will go, or next grade I will go. So 1 year I'll tolerate my teacher. So then high school, then again so many problems comes. We saw that we go to college, the students are more free. I can go there, but we go there, we get so much of project this that. So okay, when I get a job, I will be free from all the studies. We go to job and there is boss is sitting on our head. And okay, we see neighbors, had a nice married life, have a nice car, bungalow. So when I get married, I'll be more happy. Then we realize that after that, oh, the previous lifestyle what I had is much better than this, we got stuck. So, and like this, we keep on trying to serve or satisfy others and get satisfaction from them, we get frustrated. So there is always fear in our life. But when you hear about spirituality, what it says that there is one more person called God, he is sitting on the top, and you are going to become the servant of this person, not just 1 year or like in the school with the teacher, or one uh, one decade working in some company. In a bond, if you have a bond, one company at work for 12 years. Okay, after 12 years, they'll be liberated. Or one lifetime you are stuck to one wife, or something that also people change, but husband or wife, but parents you can't change easily. So one lifetime, but this is what do you say? Not just one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, one lifetime, but Mama Janmani Janmani Ishware Bhavatad Bhakti Rahiti. I am your eternal servant, life of life. So there is a fear come. What I am going to do, serving another person for eternally. So that fear creeps into our life. So that is also eternally. We are got stuck. People are afraid of spirituality, that it will destroy my freedom, destroy my enjoyment. So that's why in other religions, people speak about God, but God is kept some private distance. They are not bothered about God. They are not. They just lead their own life. God is somewhere in the box sitting up. But the Sanatana Dharma, our spiritual teaching, especially Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he removes that fear by presenting the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna as God. That Krishna is Supreme Personality of God. He is Supreme Lord, and you are His eternal servant. But that Krishna destroys your fear. That when you come and surrender into me, do not think that you will experience similar frustration what you have undergone in your life. Not one life, 2 life, 3 life, millions of lives serving your own body and senses which are not satisfied, your own near and dear, neither you are satisfied nor they are satisfied. and you are frustrated. So when you come to me, you are fearful that will I be exploited if I become servant of Krishna? That is also eternally will be caught. So that kind of fear is there. Or will I be taken care? So all the employees are dissatisfied, all the owners also dissatisfied. So one want to uh, each other want to exploit others, isn't it? So here, if I become servant of Krishna, what will happen? The fear is there. When Krishna comes in front of us and he presents himself, there he destroys those fear. You see that whoever comes to me, you don't experience uh, that kind of misery what you experience with others. When you come in front of Krishna, Krishna shows, see, Arjuna is my chariot, is my own servant, but Krishna is driving the chariot of Arjuna, Parthasarathi. Krishna is not just uh, driving the chariot of Arjuna. Krishna and Sudama Brahmana came to meet Krishna. Krishna is actually washing his feet and he's massaging his feet. And Yudhishthir Maharaj in Rajaswi sacrifice, Krishna is actually performing the service of washing the feet of the guest. Bhima took care of the kitchen, Duryodhana, Karna took care of the giving charity to the guest, and Krishna took this particular service. So Krishna destroys the fear of his nature is loving nature. So when Krishna is embracing Gopakumar, I think somebody kept that photograph. So Krishna is a loving friend. He is our father. He is our mother. In this way, he destroys that particular fear of all of us, our heart, that if you come to me, you will become. All your fear are destroyed. The fear of being, even the person in this world wants to be a master, but actually he ends up becoming a servant, isn't it? Servant of his own senses and destroy himself. In Ramayana, we hear that Ravana, even though he is Lankadish, he is master of Lanka, he thought, I am independent, I am the enjoyer. But he was not satisfied. He kidnapped Mother Sita and he thought that he will enjoy. But he could not even get real Sita, he got Maya Sita. And he wanted to kidnap Mother Sita, Krishna's, Lord Ram's own property. But at the same time, he wanted to kill Lord Ram. So I want Ram's property, Sita Devi, but I will destroy Ram. That's was his mentality. On the other hand, in the same family, Shurpanakha, what she did, she wanted Ram to be enjoyed by her. And who is the obstacle in between? Sita Devi. Ram said, I have taken a vow. Ram is known for one wife, one word, and one bow. If he sets an arrow in his bow, he doesn't have to take the second arrow to hit the same target. Target is for sure it is finished. So one arrow, Ramo Dvirna Bhashate. He doesn't speak a second word, means that once he speaks something, he doesn't back up. So he will fulfill his promise. I'm going to forest means nobody can change his mind. Krishna is not like that. Every day he speaks one thing and he changes. The Ram is known for one word, and Ram is known for accepting only one bite. So now Shurpanaka approached Ram and she said, I want to marry you. We both of us be happy. I'll take you to all the forest and I'm a good match for you. Like that she was speaking to Ram and Ram was joking with her. And then finally he said that when things going beyond, so beyond a certain level, Ram said that I'm Ekapatni Vrata, I cannot marry you, I already Sita Devi. And Shurpanaka heard Sita is this lean girl, ugly girl is in between me and Ram. She thought she is very beautiful. She went to destroy Sita Devi. I'll kill her, then Ram has to marry. So that time Ram became very upset that it's going too much. Then he indicated Lakshman. Lakshman immediately took his sword and cut off her nose and ear. And the nose and ear fell up in Nasik. We call Nasik in here. Panchavati Nasik near Mumbai, 3-4 hours from here, Mumbai. So the Shurpanaka, what she did? She wanted Ram, but wanted to kill Sita. Ram wanted the opposite. He wanted to take away Sita and kill Ram. So this is called exploitative tendency. I want to be the enjoyer. I want to be the king. I want to enjoy everything for myself. But what happened to Ravana that he neither could get Maya Sita, nor he could get, nor he could keep other things what he had, all other queens, Rajakanyas, Rishikanyas. So many girls he abducted. He had a big Swarnalanka, everything he lost. He lost all his property, lost his own life also, isn't it? So the tendency of becoming master and want to enjoy for myself, the divinity gets frustrated. So we want Lord's property, Lord's energy. Prabhupada says we want Ramaraja without Ram. Ravana wanted Ramaraja, property of Ram, but want to kill Ram. That is Ravana's mentality. Shurpanakha wanted Ram, but doesn't want anybody who is near and dear to. So this one family, both is his brother and sister. And in the same family, we hear taken birth Vibhishan. What Vibhishan wanted, he said that I neither want Ram nor I want Sita Devi. I don't want Ram also, I don't want Sita Devi. What do you want? He said, I want Sita and Ram together. Neither I want Sita alone nor Ram alone, but I want Sita Ram. I want to serve them. So when he came to serve Sita and Ram, he felt his desires are fulfilled and his life became perfect. So, Ajagama Muhurtena Raghavaya Sharanam. He came to took shelter of Ram. And what happened to Vibhishana? Shurpanakha lost her life was saved because of presence of Sita Devi. In the whole Ramayana, we don't find any place where any demons are killed in presence of Sita Devi. When Sita Devi would be there, nobody is killed and died. So Sita Devi's presence, Shurpanakha was saved. But Ravana in the battlefield, his life is finished. So they lost everything because of this offense of separating Sita and Ram. Wanting to enjoy Ram and offending his energy, or want to enjoy the energy and don't care for the proprietor. So these are the two demonic qualities. But Lakshman, what he wanted to serve Sita and Ram. When he wanted to do that, and father, what he did, he left everything, his home, family, his country, his comfortable situation, being the brother of Ravana, his Pushpak Viman, everything he left and just rose in the sky. That okay, Vinashakala Vipari the Buddhi. I have tried my best, my dear brother, to advise you, but doesn't enter into your ear. So now at least I will leave this place. And he left and came alone and surrendered to Ram. So he left everything, but he came only purely for the service of Sita and Ram. But without him asking what Vibhishan got, he got Varna Lanka. He became the king of Lanka. Ram coronated him as the king of Lanka. So when we become servant of Krishna, Radha, Krishna, Sita, Ram, what happens is that we actually receive more than what we can imagine. So what is the fear of the living entity Jiva? That they are afraid of being servant of somebody. They are afraid of being under someone. That they want to be independent. That's the reason we came here, isn't it? We are here in this. So when we speak about spirituality, that I have to be servant of somebody. And who is my master? Krishna is my master. For how long? I already have experience of escaping different masters for a short time. But the school days onwards, college days onwards, my boss, I can escape everybody. But here I am going to select a master, and this master is not going to be changing and going to be there all the time. And who is going to be the person? I am going to be, put myself in a very precarious condition of being a servant of somebody life after life. So the fear is there. But here Krishna comes and presents himself that I am such a supreme personality of Godhead that by becoming my servant, that you lose nothing. In fact, you gain more. So that guarantee Krishna gives. That master is Krishna. In fact, Krishna, when he says that surrender unto me, sarvadharman paridyajya, mamekam sharanam vrajaham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami masucha. Where Krishna spoke this, Lord Ram also spoke. What he said, Sakruteva prapannaya tavastu niti cha yachate abhayam sarvata tasme varam netat pratam mama. That when Vibhishana was standing on the sky, practically he was neither there nor here. He was floating on the sky. All the Vanaras, they were scared, some fellow is coming from Lanka and he's a brother of Ravana's party, opposition party. He is going to come and do some harm to us. They all took their own weapons, their stones, and they, with their nails and teeth, they're ready to attack Vibhishan. And then suddenly they went to Ram and said that, this fellow will come, we should somehow or other kill him, stop him, and we should not take him. So big meeting Ram had. Sugriva said that he left even his own brother, he left him and he has come here just for the desire of getting the kingdom. He knows you are going to kill Ravana and he will win over Lanka. So he wants to join us to get the kingdom. If he cannot even, he even cheated his own brother, how can we trust him? Sugriva was speaking like that. So Ram said that, Sugriva, you yourself also left your own brother and came to me for what? To get Kishkinda. So you are doubting Vibhishana. In this way, so many arguments are going on. Everybody gave advice. Everybody suggested to Ram that Vibhishana shouldn't be taken because of his bad background coming from this kind of Ravana's place. Only Hanumanji was telling, oh, he is a good person. He can take it. So Ram had to take a decision. Sugriva, Angada, Jambavan, everybody in one particular group, more or less, the essence is that Vibhishana shouldn't be taken. He is coming in a wrong time, wrong intention. Maybe he is coming from the brother, his own brother. He cheated his own brother. So like that, they basically told, don't take Vibhishana. And only one person having one party, that is Hanumanji, said that Vibhishana is a good person. You can take. So Ram has to take a decision. So possible decision is that either one he should take. Bad person reject, good person accept. But Ram, as he can only do, he took a third decision. What could be possible thing? So he said to both the party, assembled Vanaras, he said that he told to Sugriva, you are afraid of this Vibhishan, that he will come and destroy me, or he will come and create some havoc in our party, make some enemies camp. You know what is my power? Vishachan, Danavan, Daityan, Pruthavyam, Chaiva Rakshasan, Angulya Agrenatan, Anyan, Ichan, Hariganeshwara. You bring all the Pishachas, Danavas, Daityas, Rakshasas, all the ghosts and hobgoblins, put together, bring everybody, and with the tip of my finger, I can crush all of them. You are afraid of this one silly Vibhishan or Ravana, I can destroy anybody who comes. That's my problem. So he removed the fear of Sugriva. Then he said, you go and bring Vibhishana immediately. Anayena Harisreshta Dattamasya Bhayam Maya Vibhishano va Sugriva Adiva Havanastvayam. Ram, as a sarcastic way, he spoke to Sugriva. Anayena Harisreshta. Hari, the word Hari have many meanings. Generally, when you hear Hari, it refers to Krishna, who is Hari, who heals our heart, Hari. Also, Hari has another meaning. When we chant many times, we chant many prayers. Narasimha, Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa. Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa. So, Keshava Dhrita. What is Dhrita mean? We said Dhrita Rashtra. We say Dhrita Rashtra means who? The father of Kaurava. Why is called Dhritarashtra? Dhrita means grabbing, grabbing. Dhrita, Dharan. So Dhrita means grabbing. What he wants to grab, he wants to keep the Rashtra with himself. Dhritarashtra. So grabbing or accepting or capturing. So that's what called Dhrita. So Dhritarashtra, he wants to keep the kingdom to himself. Mamaka Pandavasya Kimakurvata Sanjaya. He was afraid that my sons may lose the kingdom. So much attachment to his sons and kingdom. Dhritarashtra. So here Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa. Here Keshava, who is Krishna, He is also Dhrita. He is attached or he is accepted, and he assumed. He attached to a particular thing. What is that? A form, Rupa. What kind of form? Narahari Rupa. Krishna assumed a Rupa called Narahari. What is Narahari? Nara means human being. Hari means what? Hari here refers to lion. So Hari means lion. So Narasimha. They say Nara is human being, Simha means lion, Narasimha. Similarly, Narahari. So Nara refers to human and Hari refers to lion. So Krishna, Dhrita, Keshava, Dhrita, Rupa. He assumed a particular Rupa. What is the Rupa? Narahari Rupa. They accepted a half lion and half human form. So Hari can be referred as Krishna directly. Hari can also be called lion. And another meaning for word Hari is also monkey. Monkey is also can be called by the name Hari. So here Ram said to Sugriva, Anayena Hari Sreshta. Sreshta means best. So best among the monkey, Hari Sreshta. Hari refers to monkey here. They sarcastically said, oh, best among the monkey, you are, after being with me for all this long time, you are worried about, this division, what will happen to me. Best among the monkeys, go and bring. Anayana Hari Sreshta, Dattamasya Abhayam Maya. My Abhayam, my shelter is already been given to him. Dattamasya Abhayam Maya. What is speak of Vibhishana you are worried about? Vibhishana va Sugriva, Yadiva, Ravana Swam. Even Ravana himself have come at this time and he says that Ram, I have come here accepting the mistakes. I want to take shelter of you. I will give them Abhaya. Abhayam, Abhayam already given. Dattamasya Abhayam Maya. Go and bring immediately Vibhishana. Orders Sugriva, Sugriva goes and brings Vibhishana. At that time, Ram proclaims another beautiful word. Srila Prabhupada often quotes this word of Ram. He says, Ram is right now standing or sitting in the banks of the Indian Ocean or Bay of Bengal near the Rameshwaram, and the bridge is not yet constructed. Vibhishan is hanging on the sky, waiting for Ram's nod, and the Vanaras are having a meeting. So one side is Vanara Sena, and across the ocean is Ravana Sena. In between these two Senas, Ram is speaking. That he spoke this beautiful climactic course of Sri Ramayana. What he said, Sakruteva prapannaya tavasmin niti chaya chate abhayam sarvata tasmai varam etat pratam mama. Anyone, even anybody, even once have come to me and says that, my dear Lord, I am yours. For that person, I offer all my protection and all my shelter. This is my vrata, this is my diksha. Diksha means what? My vow. This is my vow that I will never forgo that person. I will take him under my shelter. Sugriva, go and bring Vibhishana immediately. So this is the word spoken by Ram. And here Krishna also in the battlefield. One side in Ram's army is Vanara's army. The opposite side is Ravana army. In between Vibhishana and Sugriva, Ram is speaking this verse about shelter. And here in Kurukshetra, one side is the army of Pandava, the other side is the army of Kaurava. In between these two armies, in the middle of the battlefield, Krishna speaks to Arjuna, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami masita. That do not fear, you surrender unto me, I will deliver you from all the fear, I will free you from all the sinful reaction. So that word Krishna spoke. Why Krishna selecting such situation? When two armies or two great powers have come, nowadays also people watch all these games and all, two teams are coming together. What is going to happen? Everybody's attention is there. When everybody's attention is there, Krishna speaks, Ram speaks the most important. What is going to happen? Honor Sena this side, Ravana on the other side, Vibhishana have come. What is going to happen? That time Krishna Ram gives his most important teaching. Surrender into me, I will protect you. Here Kauravas and Pandavas have come, everybody is looking cold. Now, all people are looking what is going to happen from this war. At that time, Krishna took this opportunity that here I will speak to the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. So that is Krishna's intelligence. He didn't speak Bhagavad Gita to Himalaya, to a stage, People already have so many excuses, I am a grahastha, I have to earn, I don't have time, I am not old. So many reasons we give excuse to give up, not to take the spirituality. So Krishna took Arjuna, who is a grahastha, and Krishna took Arjuna, who is most busy person, and Krishna took the battlefield, the most people say, I don't have time. So the war is going to happen. Both sides conchal have blown, and anytime arrows can come from each side. And that time Krishna is speaking, Arjuna, you are not this body, karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, all these things. So what how can you give an excuse that I don't have time, I'm busy, I'm grahastha, I am young person, I'm not old. Krishna destroys all these things by selecting a person whom he is speaking, selecting a place, selecting a scenario, situation. So Krishna spoke in both the incarnations, as Krishna and Ram in the battlefield, this beautiful verse, and comfort the living entity that do not fear, surrender unto me. Your fear of being surrendered unto everybody is always cause fear. And how can I be under somebody eternally, life after life after life? Such a fear. So that fear Krishna destroyed by his beautiful activity. That's why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam yevam yoveti tattvataha tektva punarjanma neti mameti. My janma, my karma, they are divine. They are not ordinary. Why? Because if you hear about my janma, your janma circle will be destroyed. And Krishna says, if you hear about my karma, because they are divine, your karma will be destroyed. Janma karma cha me divyam, transcendental, my birth and activity. So Krishna gives guarantee. And then Krishna also not just speaks, he demonstrates in front of all the jiva. But he says, you see, Vibhishana is with me, and what happens to him? He came to surrender into me. Vibhishana's mood was what? That my family, my home, myself, my body, everything unto you, Krishna. To Ram, my dear Ram. And what Ram did? That my victory is I am offering to you, Vibhishan. Ram killed Ravana, and the whole kingdom he gave to Vibhishan. Krishna killed Jarasandha, he gave the kingdom back to Jarasandha's own son Sahadeva. In this way, Krishna gives back more than what we offer him without we asking also. Sudama came, gave little cheap price, Krishna gave so much. So when Krishna only gives, sometimes he takes also. Bali Maharaj came to Krishna. Vamanadev himself went to Krishna. And what did he do? He took away everything from him. To Bali, he took away everything. And to Sudama, he gave everything. Both are, is it like Krishna is partial? Why he is punishing? But both are actually in the same platform. By taking away everything from Bali, Krishna actually brought him very close to him. And by giving so much wealth to Sudama, Krishna brought him even more closer. So what is needed for us, Krishna does, and when Krishna does, externally it may be confusing, it may be very difficult to understand. Actually, when you see the result, it is like a beautiful lotus blossoming, or heart becomes completely satisfied. So here, without even asking for anything, Vibhishana got, the byproduct he got Swarnalanka. And Ravana, that he had everything, and he was so greedy for, exploiting the energy of Ram. He could not even touch Mother Sita. He only did that Maya Sita. Neither he could get what he wanted, nor he could retain what he had already. He could not even retain his own life. So that is actually Krishna's, Lord Ram's personality. That when we take shelter of Krishna, Ram, we become so satisfied in our life. Our fear of surrendering into somebody, or fear of serving somebody, and that fear Krishna destroys. In fact, and Prabhupada's present Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is his personality? In this world, everybody wants to become God. Why they want to become God? Because if you become a, school teacher, you are controlling the school kids, or professor, you controlling the student. But in the home, you are controlled by somebody else. In your home, You are controlled by some elder. And if you are elder in a home, he thought you will be the best person, but you are controlled by the government official. The government official is controlled by the president. President is controlled by other people. And they say everybody is controlled by others. So then they say that God is a person who is never under control of anybody. So better to become God. So many incarnation, Prabhupada says, who is the latest incarnation have come from India to America. So why they want to become God? When I become God, I won't be controlled. I only control others. So that's why everybody wants to become God. So the people think that if I become God, I'll be without any control. I am the master. But nobody can become God because you are always controlled by your own, at least your own senses. Senses are controlling you. But imagine if somebody really become God, what would be his position? So here Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And what Krishna is thinking, what is Krishna's disposition? He is telling his associates, close associates, that you see, every time I'm receiving service from all of you, all the devotees. The devotees are like a bumblebees, and my feet is like a lotus. My lotus feet, just like the lotus bumblebee, always circumambulate and want to drink honey. My devotees are always roaming around my lotus feet, and they are drinking the honey of taste of my lotus feet. What is that in that lotus feet? Krishna want to taste his own taste of his own lotus feet. But if Krishna grown up, if he puts his own feet in his own mouth, people will laugh at him. So Krishna takes a small baby form and he sleeps on the banyan leaf. And Krishna takes his own thumb. Baby kids, if they do, nobody will object. Krishna takes his own thumb and he sucks his own thumb, own toe. So, so when child does, everybody is they are happy. Whatever child does, people are happy. So Krishna wanted to taste what is there in my feet. Everybody, and Krishna realized, oh, so much, so sweet, my lotus feet. That's why and every kids also, kids do that, because we are all part and parcel of Krishna. So Krishna was understanding, oh, this is what the whole thing all about. My lotus feet is so sweet. That's why my devotees are there. So Krishna is telling that enough of me being God, who is supreme controller, who is a master of all Akhilanta Kodi Brahmanda Nayaka. Let me just forget about all this. I want to take the position of my own devotee. I want to relish the, the happiness of my own devotees. The gulab jamun, if you put in the mouth, we become so happy. Prasada being served. One devotee said that when you come in the line taking prasadam, people are just looking at the plate only. What is falling in my plate? What is falling in my plate? When they are come near the vessel where they are serving cake or gulab jam, in case if they and nobody is saying who is serving me, you are just saying looking at the. But when we come near the sweet, if the sweet is not put on our plate or some mistake, we look at who is serving. They forgot my plate. So we are so absorbed in prasadam. When something is not received, then only we look at somebody who is serving, or we look at other plates. Why he is getting two. I'm talking about people like me. So when we take some sweet, we become very happy. So if the sweet thinks that if I why if when the gulab jamun thinks if I enter into the mouth of this Krishnadas or this devotee or this Devi Dasi, they become very, very happy. So the gulab jamun wonders that I want to take the position of the tongue which enjoys me. As soon as they go inside when they just bite me, from my body, all the juice flashes and the devotees become so happy and we see a glee in their face. So the gulab jamun wants think that I want to experience the taste, the sweetness, what the tongue is feeling when I enter into their mouth. Then what the gulab jamun has to take? It has to take the position of the tongue. Similarly, Krishna is like a gulab jamun. The devotees, when they relish him, they become so happy. When Krishna thought that what is there within me that my devotees are relishing, especially Srimati Radharani. I want to taste the love what she has for me. I want to experience the greatness of her love she has for me. For to fulfill these three desires, Krishna who gave up his own position of being the supreme authority, supreme controller, and he took the position of his own devotee. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi, and he came down to relish the position of his own devotee. So here, people are afraid of God. Either they are afraid of God because he will exploit us, or they won't take the position of God, become the master of all. Nobody can control. But here, Krishna destroys both the concepts. What he says, that when you come to me, actually you are being protected, you actually receive more, you'll become more happy, you will become master. And I myself don't want to be the position of God. And when creation takes place, Krishna, supreme creator, he tells Balram that you take care of the creation, I am busy, I have got very important things to do. Balram, what important things you have got? You have to create, you are a God. Krishna says, oh, today I have to go. I have a big project that I have to go and steal butter in Prabhavati's house. And we are making a big plan. So I'm busy in stealing the butter today. Okay, at night you do creation. Oh, night I have another important business. I have to go to the banks of Jamuna and many gopis will be coming. I have to dance with them. So creation, you take care. Krishna was not bothered about being the master of all. He just want to play around, steal around, and play with the gopas and gopis. Balramji said, okay, I also want to join your party. I'm not interested in getting the demigods falling at my feet and ordering them, creating that. I want to join your party. So how the creation will take place? Balramji said, okay, I will take care. But from Balramji expands 4 quadruple forms. Pradyumna, Sankarsha, and Niruddha. So you all take care. And finally Mahavishnu expands. So Mahavishnu takes care of the creation. Krishna and Balaram are happy in being the associates of Krishna. How Krishna behaves there? He is not Supreme Personality of Godhead in Vrindavan. He is given up the position. He is a friend of Sudama and Subal. He is a lover of the gopis and he is a child of Mother Yashoda. He is not a Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kadiyeshu tagyeshu bhaktir jidatvam punar prematastam pratav. Tatiyeshu agyeshu bhaktir jidatvam. Amamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam Rasat Kundalam Gokule Bhrajamanam Yashodabhyavlukaladhavamanam Aramashtam Atyanta Todritya Gupta. Idekdrishta Leelabir Ananda Kunde. These kinds of leelas, he actually immersed the residents of Vrindavan in the pool of nectar. And what he teaches to the world, Tadiyeshu Tagyeshu Bhaktir Jitatvam. That see, you are all afraid of becoming servant of me. But actually, I have been conquered by my devotees. Tadiyeshu Tagyeshu Bhaktir Jitatvam. That anybody who comes to me as God, Supreme Lord, I am not conquered by them, but anybody comes to me in love, that then I become conquered by them. So Krishna himself presents a loving future that comes to me. I'll take care of you, and you can have a family life. So Krishna consciousness one son is the family. So ultimately, all the sannyasis or brahmacharis, our goal is to enter into a family life. What is a family life? Vrindavan family life. Being part of Krishna's family, related to Krishna in some particular way as a family. So that Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, he himself, Ishvara, Namam Ishwaram Sachidananda Rupam. And what he says, I don't want to be Ishvara any further. I want to be Bhaktir Jitatvam. I want to be conquered by my own devotee. Krishna gave up his Ishvara, being the master of all. So Krishna himself doesn't like being a God. And here the divinity is struggling to take the position of God. For what reason? So that I can be a master of all. I can control everybody. Nobody can become controlled by me. But actually, a person who achieved the position of God, who is not achieved, he is always, but himself gives up that position, especially in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What Mahaprabhu says, Gopir Bharatar Padakamalli or Dasa 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 Dasa. And I want to be servant of the Gopi Bharatu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he becomes very happy in serving his own devotee. Devotees comes to Jagannath Puri, he offers garland to them, he offers chandan to them. When devotees comes to meet him in Jagannath Puri, he makes sure that everybody gets nice accommodation, nice prasadam. And very often Mahaprabhu himself sells prasadam to the devotees. When he takes prasadam from his own hand, it becomes like 5 people can eat. He makes sure Haridas Thakur is taken care. He makes sure Sanatan Goswami's body is taken care. He cures him from the leprosy. He embraces Vasudeva Datta and he gives him the beautiful body. Nashta Pushtam Rupa Pushtam Bhakti Pushtam Chakarayaha. He destroyed his Pushta, Nashta Pushta, Rupa Pushtam. He nourished his body. And Bhakti Tushtam, he make him satisfied with the being devotee of Krishna. So they say Mahaprabhu wants to satisfy his devotees and devotee want to satisfy Mahaprabhu. That is a loving affection of Krishna consciousness here. So Srila Prabhupada presents, Srimad Bhagavatam presents and a great scenario that jivas live, all our fears are destroyed. Shoka Moha Bhayabaha. Our fears are, what is our fear? How can I become servant of somebody? How can I give my life to somebody? Even for a marriage for one lifetime, that we carefully choose the boy and girl to who I'm going to give my life. So much of things. Still many times it doesn't work. But here we are giving with your life. Mama Janmani Ishwari. So become very afraid and very carefully we have to select. So whom we are selecting? Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But here Krishna destroys our fear by his position, his personality. So I'll conclude by one interesting episode. When Srila Prabhupada was traveling with various places, he would, when Prabhupada comes, all the devotees become very jubilant. All the festival for them. So when Prabhupada came, every center they have make huge arrangements for prasadam and take care of Prabhupada and grand reception and nice accommodation. So in one center as usual they arrange lot of prasadam, kachori, Prabhupada's favorite kachori, and neem bangun sabji, cauliflower sabji, and pulav rice, paramanna, samosas, gulab jamun, rasgulla, so many items, sandesh, barfi, sweet rice, so many preparation. And they put it in a nice big plate with so many katoris. And when Prabhupada came, all the kids were around Prabhupada, and Prabhupada Guru Puja they did, and Prabhupada distributed cookies, and then big prasadam plate came and put it into Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, saw all the huge plate with so many arrangements. And Prabhupada just took few, samples from few items and put in his mouth. And then Prabhupada said, Prabhupada know what is going to happen after that. Prabhupada just pushed the plate. And so then all the devotees, they were all, Prabhupada nodded, so everybody is going to take the Mahaprasadam. So then one of the servants, Prabhupada, told Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, you said that the servant enjoys equally like the master. Prabhupada gives example when he surrendered to Krishna, like Krishna become Arjuna's chariot driver. And Prabhupada gives example when the rich person, a company owner, he has a AC car, the driver also drives the car. So just like the owner who is sitting behind enjoys the AC or air conditioned nice car ride, Mercedes Benz or some other car, the driver also enjoys equally with the master. So Prabhupada given this example. So this devotee, when Prabhupada took little prasadam and now the Mahaprasadam devotees are going to take. So the servant exclaimed to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, the servant enjoys equally like the master. He wanted to. And Prabhupada looked at him and chuckled at this, and Prabhupada said that Prabhupada knows what is going to happen to the Mahaprasad, especially the servant, what they do with Mahaprasad. They take the major chunk, Prabhupada looked at him in a side glance and he said, no. And the devotee becomes surprised. But Prabhupada, the servant enjoys equally like the masters. We are going to take this Mahaprasadam, which you have given to us, and we are also going to enjoy. Prabhupada said, no, the servants enjoys more than the master. Every devotee started laughing. Why? Because Prabhupada just took a little bit of each prasadam, and here the servant devotees are they're not going to take little bit, they're going to eat many gulab jamun, whatever in the plate they'll take. So Here Prabhupada said that the servant enjoys more than the master. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he saw that the devotees are enjoying more than him, Chaitanya Krishna thought that enough of me being Supreme Lord, I want to take the position of my own devotee. So, being a devotee, being a servant of, not just devotee, what Mahaprabhu wanted to be, Gopir Bharatar Padakamalyo Dasa Dasa Dasa. I want to be servant of servant of servant of servant. Why? Krishna himself want to take the position of servant. But the devotees doesn't want to give up their position to take the position of Krishna, isn't it not? So, which is more wanted position? Krishna plus the devotees, both of them wanted to take the position of servant of servant of. And being Krishna, neither devotee wants nor even Krishna wants. Being a god, a master. So one thing is wanted by both majority of personalities, including Krishna, and another thing, being a master, nobody wants. So which position intelligent person will take? Intelligent person will take what everybody wants and what everybody aspiring for. No, there is $1 million and $1. Which one people want? Everybody wants $1 million. Why? Majority people wants that. I also want that. Similarly, majority wins. Everybody who want. That's what most important, isn't it? So here, here Krishna and the devotees, they want to relish being a servant of Krishna. That position is nobody want to give away that position. Being a servant of Krishna and the devotees is actually the most safest position and the most relishable position. That's what Krishna is offering to us. That's what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to offer us, and that's what Srila Prabhupada gives. So when we become servant of Krishna, we can actually get Krishna more easily. It's like Vibhishana, he wanted to surrender to Ram directly. We had a lot of difficulty. But Srimad Ramanacharya says that when we go through Sita Devi, Srimati Radharani, and to devotees, we can easily get Krishna. We don't have to go through a lot of difficulties like Vibhishana. He has to undergo so many scrutiny with associates. So that is our greatness, that today is Siddhadehi Paniyati festival. What is one lesson we can learn from this? Raghunath Das Goswami, he tried his best to escape from his home and to reach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But you could never do that. But when Raghunath Das Goswami approached Nityananda Prabhu and he came to Manihati, and Nityananda Prabhu called him, Raghunath, you are a thief. Come here, we are hiding. Raghunath Das Goswami felt himself as a fallen person who is unqualified. He was way behind, and just from distance, it will be seen. Over is way behind, putting themselves as servant of servant, unqualified. They become first qualified when they come near. So Nityananda Prabhu called him and he said, you are a thief. So some great devotees explain that Nityananda Prabhu called Raghunath Das Goswami thief because Nityananda Prabhu's property is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Raghunath Das Goswami desired and tried so often to escape from his home and wanted to go to Jagannath Puri to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Nityananda Prabhu said that my property Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and you are wanted to go and take him without my intervention. So you are a thief. You are taking my property. And now you have come to me. Then Nityananda Prabhu called him, you are a thief. So you come, punishment for you. And Nityananda Prabhu ordered him that as a punishment for you, you're going to offer Kida the heap, feast for everybody. So then this particular day, Nityananda Prabhu offered, Raghunath Das Goswami offered great feast of Kida the chip rice and milk, chip rice and yogurt with so many ingredients, sugar, some pakela, and ilachi and cardamom and camphor and whatnot in that condensed milk soaked half pot and half soaked in the ghee. Huge feast in the banks of Ganga to all the associates. He gave Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself came. Raghunath Das was satisfied, both Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, all the devotees are satisfied and Nityananda Prabhu is satisfied, and Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fed each other, all the devotees, the banks of the Ganga, relishing this huge feast, and Raghav Pandit came from his home. Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, you are supposed to come to my home for lunch and you are sitting here and eating. And Nityananda Prabhu said, I'm a coward boy. I like to eat prasadam with my friends in the banks of Jamuna. I'm sitting here and Ganga, I'm eating. I'll come today evening. So Raghunath Das goes, Raghav Pandit also given prasadam. Huge festival and everybody was so happy and relishing. And finally, Nityananda Prabhu said that all of you give blessings to Raghunath Das Goswami that he will attain the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu said that my property is Mahaprabhu. Now Raghunath Das Goswami, he has taken shelter of all of you, pleased all of you. He has taken my shelter. Let us all of you bless and pray for him that he may escape this material, this samsara of family life and reach the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then when everybody's blessings Raghunath Das Goswami got, then it was easy for Raghunath Das Goswami to approach the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All his obstacles are destroyed. So in this way, that our goal of life is Krishna, attaining lotus feet of Krishna, and all the fears are destroyed. Rather, it is a joyous occasion to become servant of Krishna, but even more joyous occasion to become servant of Krishna and pleasing the devotees. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, yasya aprasad prasadat nagati kuto. So by serving the spiritual master, devotees, more there is number of devotees between us and Krishna, more safe we are, more close we are to Krishna. Just like the example given when you have a telescope, the telescope brings a distant object close to it. But the more the telescope has many lenses in between, the object comes close to it. Like that, uh, there are many more devotees in between us and Krishna. Actually, we can see Krishna more closer. We can see spiritual master. Sometimes we spiritual master sitting somewhere. Very rarely we see. But actually, if we become servant of spiritual master. Even though we may be far away, but actually we can be very close. We can experience the closeness. In Srila Prabhupada's example of consistency. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami got the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, Nityananda Prabhu said, you will become Swarupera Raghunath. You will be under Swarup Damodar Goswami. He predicted, Nityananda predicted what is going to happen to Raghunath Das Goswami. So in this way, what we understand from this discussion, I'm trying to say today is that we have approaching Krishna, taking the spirituality is not that Krishna for us, rather we are for Krishna. That is our consciousness. That is a special contribution, special mercy Srila Prabhupada gave us. And the fear of approaching God is destroyed by Krishna's own personality. That how he becomes such a loving God. Krishna is a loving God. One atheist from France, he said, Nietzsche or somebody said that show me a dancing God, I accept. So here is dancing God, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu, through his own action, he told us that don't try to become master. I am the original master. I myself don't want to become master. Why you are necessarily trying? So Krishna given us this particular understanding. Mahaprabhu given us understanding that when you surrender to Krishna, when you become servant of Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu devotee, that actually your life become more simple and more pleasing and more blissful. So that we learned from Raghunath Das Goswami. So today let us pray to Raghunath Das Goswami, our Prayojan Acharya, who achieved his perfection by becoming servant of Nityananda Prabhu. In this way, let us take this opportunity Srila Prabhupada has given us. Becoming servant of servant is actually not it's not a fearful activity, actually it's a blissful activity, and that opportunity is given to us by the Master Srila Prabhupada. So let us take that and offer our prayers and gratitude to Nityananda Prabhu, his associates, Nityananda Prabhu's representative, the spiritual, our respective spiritual master and their representative, all our God brothers, God sisters, and all other devotees. And in this way, by being the speck of the dust, the dust of the devotees, so to speak, is the most glorious position even desired by God himself, and that position is given to us. So we offer our prayer. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gratitude to all the devotees who patiently listen to this long class. 10 now. Hare Krishna. Indian time 6, and I think I should have stopped much earlier. Sorry. Hare Krishna, what is the next
Hare Krishna
thing?
Prabhu, can I ask one question?
Hare Bol Prabhu, the blessing.
Nityan Prabhu, ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் உங்களை பார்த்துட்டு. I feel so happy. You
Hare
keep
Krishna.
coming and நீங்கள் நிறைய so much you explained about Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Ramayana, everything you covered. The only thing, Prabhuji, when we read Chaitanya Charitamrita, when we read, we feel Mahaprabhu is dancing and coming. Director, we are able to realize that, it is not just stories, it is real. So the attachment for Chaitanya Charitamrita is more, and Chaitanya Bhagavata. That we can able to relate to our life, and we feel that we will also get into the pastime soon, or Mahaprabhu will come and give us association. Wishful thinking. I don't know how. Very relishing. The most relishing is Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Prabhupada said that, somebody said Prabhupada that, the Bengali sweets are the best of, the Rasgulla is the best Bengali sweet. And Prabhupada said that Chaitanya Charitamrita is the best Bengali sweet. So,
yes.
in the parampara, so we seek the blessings and we can also relish Chaitanya.
Prabhuji, I was in Calcutta from 1958 to 79, 21 years. I did my Chartered Accountancy there, but at that time, my house, they told ISKCON means they're all drug addicts, don't go there. That Dhammaridam, that film had come. So I was doing Rudram, Samakam, Purushottam, Sri Tuttam and all, but never go to ISKCON books and all. Say, hey, you're all foreigners. But Krishna is so merciful. I got a job in Africa. My house was just opposite to ISKCON temple in Mombasa, Rukmini Dwarkadhish temple. So I got association in 1986. Gopal Krishna Maharaj came, Gopal Maharaj came. So I'm so unfortunate that if I had connected in 1958, I could have met Prabhupada. I never even saw that set. I feel so terrible that I'm so unfortunate person that being in Calcutta, but I never used it. But now I am reading Chaitanya Charitamrita because Bengali is the best language. And my Guru Maharaj says everybody should learn Bengali. You can go to Mahaprabhu's place.
Tamilian telling this is even more sweeter.
Because I'm born and brought up there, 21 years. So schooling, college, सब कुछ बांग्लाते पढ़ाशुना करेছি, schooling, books, but never got connected to Prabhupada. I'm so sad, bro.
Well, we are all somehow or other around this place. If nobody, most of us are not born devotees, so best use of the bad bargain.
Yeah.
You got Bengali, see, you know Bengali. I don't know Bengali, so you are more fortunate.
That's why I'm releasing Chaitanya Charitamrita more than other two.
Yes.
Those like songs, Priti Bite Acheya Di Nogora Digram Sarvatra Prachar Hoibe Morona. You feel very rhythmic and very nice too.
Thank you. So Prabhupada given you mercy in all those 20 years or whatever by the language, through his language he has given you mercy. And he prepared
but not
you.
Connection. No associated.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Romba nandri, Prabhu. Romba nandri. You are an awesome devotee. Pure devotee.
Hare Krishna. Hare.
Somebody raising hand. Some Puja Mataji.
Is there somebody has to unmute them?
Are
Hare
unmuted? Okay.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhuji, first of all, please accept my humble obeisance into your lotus feet, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Uh,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, there is a question I have that from last few years I have some health issues like joint problem, joint pain and varicose veins mainly. And because of this, I have pain in my body, mainly in the knee area and the legs. There is a swelling I observe and for long time. Na? So that's why my orthopedician suggested me a test that is a DEXA scan test in which osteopenia is diagnosed. So he suggests me a kind of tablet for this. This name is glucosamine sulfate and chondroitin sulfate tablet. I mean, which salt is used in this? Na, somebody tell me. One devotee asked me, Prabhuji, that it is made by the nail of an animal, of the animal's nail. This kind of, I mean, medicine is made of. So as far as as soon as I came to know that this medicine is not vegetarian, I left this medicine and I take again. Even I had taken only a single tablet, but Prabhuji, I am in pain, and that tablet is doctor said that it is very much essential for me. So what should I do, Prabhuji? In that case, this is in a tablet form basically. It's not in a capsule form, but it is in a form of tablet. So what should I do? I wear Tulsi Mala also in Kanthi Mala with me. So should I leave the Tulsi Mala? Actually, I doesn't want to leave the Kanthi Mala at any cost. So what should I do? I'm confused actually, na. So what should I do, Prabhuji? That's why I want to ask you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Maybe you understand, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Then what?
Yeah, the body is something very important. The body doesn't cooperate. We can't perform any activity, including physical activity. Very disturbs the mind. Not easy. So we should try our best to take care of the body. The Shastras, it is also said when there is no other choice, it's a matter of life or death. And the Vishwamitra Muni also he has to happen to eat dog's meat. So Shastra somewhere things also come. It's a matter of life and death. One Brahmana is walking by some desert somewhere where he could not no food was there. He was about to faint. So then there was a village Yavana who doesn't even having any faith in. So he was eating food. So he went and half-eaten food. He took food from him and he ate one uh, handful of food and ate. Then he got his life back. So after that, that person, you said that you have come to me as a guest and you have taken only one time food and you take one more. He gave. Then this Brahmana said that I can't eat juta. I can't eat raman. Just now you have taken the same food. I am giving again. Why you are not taking? If it is uchishta remnants are contaminated, you should have avoided before. So he said, no, this food is, if I would not taken this, I would not have taken I would not have lived actually. So in order to survive, my body is important for me to do dharma. So for that, to keep the body fit, I have taken this. Now I can go further with this strength and I do not have to take this food again. I'll find out my own food, proper food. In this way, during certain scenarios, we see in the Shastras that the forbidden things are taken and they have been accepted. There is a saying in the scripture also, uh, uh, Kaditepi lasune nashanto vyadihi. Lasun or what lasun means garlic. Garlic and onion are medicine also. So the Ayurveda sometimes recommended that if it is very much of a, sometimes we get this skin problems, or in the, I don't know what you call it in English. Sometimes when the dirt enters into our nails, it becomes very, in Tamil we call it negative. Our feet becomes very painful, wound will come. So at that time, if you take onion, put little ghee on it and turmeric powder and burn it in the fire, and put that onion around your toe or wherever the nail is there, and tie it all night. And next morning, the swelling becomes very less, and it removes. This kind of medicinal properties are there. So and so we have to see, how much crucial it is, how much more important it is. How can we do without that? Other options are closed. Then it is said we have seen this has been taken. Uh, so uh, so these kinds of things are seen, but we have to find out how crucial it is, how important. Like, for example, the allopathy medicine. Many medicines are animal tested, and we don't know what is there in that. We don't even know eat anything. So many foods are also contaminated. All these things are there. We don't know even many things. Sometimes gelatin capsules. When after coming to know, we try to take other replacements like that. So this is a very subjective issue, but I given a principle and some examples from the Shastras. But what recommended thing is that you might ask your seniors or your spiritual master who are very close to you, and they will guide you, or people who are expert in medical field also. Is there any other choice? Like one time I went to a doctor, he said that this is the medicine made from tortoise shell. This medicine really powerful, it can cure the from. So this is a tortoise shell powdered medicine. So, but I did some research, I got some other options. Uh, So like that, if there is, we have to check whether any options are available, anything available, and if it is nothing is available, what is the serious nature of this problem, and we are not able to perform our day-to-day life also, our chanting, our also crucial. Then we can consult both medical field as well as senior devotees, and they will be able to give us proper guidance. So I just gave a principle.
Prabhuji, my mentor, Dr. Keshwanand Prabhuji, I asked that same question to him, and he said that if you able to ignore this, to take this medicine, then it will, if maybe it is possible to you, then please ignore to take. Instead of taking this tablet, this specific tablet, you use sesame oil, til oil, which is in Hindi til ka tel. Yeah, for joint pain, it will very helpful. I use that also, Prabhuji. In fact, my husband, I'm in Haridwar right now in India, Haridwar. My husband is in a Ayurvedic company, a pharmacy company. He's doing job right now, and I use a special kind of oil for the joint pain. It relieve me in a temporary way, but sometimes it as pain is so much, and when I used to ask that my
I understand, Mataji. One more thing also I heard, you can try this with the sesame seed oil, or sorry, this gingerly oil, some urad dal powder plus some turmeric powder mixed together, and put it on that whichever part affected, and leave it for overnight. That also I heard good for the knee pain. So urad dal powder with turmeric powder, we call kasturi, different turmeric powder, and and with this oil mixed together, apply on that, and the dress may not get spoiled, so it can be a paper can be put on the top, and overnight this also helps like that I heard. So anyway, like this, so many things are there. So I'm not very expert in medical field, but what the principle is that whatever is work you try and take guidance from both medical field and your senior mentor, your spiritual master.
Prabhuji, should I wear the Kanthi mala at the same time if until unless I use this medicine, if there is no choice, then what should I do? Actually, I doesn't want to remove my Kanthi mala at any cost, Prabhuji. That is the main point I want to discuss here, that I doesn't want to remove my Kanthi mala, Prabhuji.
I am not expert in this. I never came across like that. As far as my understanding, as a medicine, not a sin regarding Tulasi Mala. But you can consult with other seniors.
Okay, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can I share some points to what Mataji had asked for Tulsi wearing? So I just heard in Amarendra Prabhuji lecture, like Tulsi Kanthi mala can be worn in any situation, whatever it is. Anyone can wear. This is what I heard from him. So so Mataji, if she say she don't have to remove the Tulsi mala in that case, I think so, Prabhuji. So this is what Amarendra Prabhuji told, like any situation anyone can wear, but if you're pure, then it's fine, but still you can wear, like that he had told in lecture. That's what I heard. I just want to convey it. If anything is wrong, just excuse me, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you much.
I also heard that, Anita Mataji, where the Kanthi mala is not removed. It doesn't have. Krishna knows for the health purpose is taking, so you will not become impure.
Hare Krishna.
You don't have to complicate so much. Kanthi mala removing or not. You are chanting, you are doing some medicine, you are taking, what can be done.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Krishna Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very, very beautiful class and very nice stories. So thank you so much for taking time and giving your valuable association. So it's like, already 9 o'clock here. So let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव वैष्णव वृंद की जय, भागवतम की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय, नित्यानंद प्रभु जी की जय। Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
It was a wonderful class. Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama.
Hare Ram.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Ram Ram Hare.